Did anyone watch the debate last night? It is honestly amazing to see where the polls are at right now, which are showing us neck and neck with the Sask party. We know we have so much work to do, but it's really encouraging, and we really feel like there's a breath of change in the air. There's movement with people. We're talking to people who are moving from undecided to supportive. We're talking to people. We're talking to former Sask Party voters that are now open to us for the first time ever. And we have this woman to thank for that, Carla Beck. And this team of candidates behind me as well that's been working their butts off all summer. That we get our friends and family out to vote in this election. It has never been more important than it is right now, and the work that all of you are doing to support these efforts has never been more important. So as we go into voting week next week, it is first and foremost the thing we need to be thinking about is talking to everyone about their vote plan, because we have to make an NDP government happen, and she needs to be the next Premier of Saskatchewan. And with that, we will welcome our leader, Carla Beck.
Well, thank you all very much for being here. You can feel the momentum in this province right now. I want to say thank you to Vicki for that very kind and warm welcome, and for being such a fantastic deputy leader. And she's right, this is an amazing team. The team of candidates, the team of supporters, the team of people right across this province who are standing up and who want to be part of that positive change. We all know it's time for change in Saskatchewan. It's time for change in Saskatoon. And on October the 28th, with your help, we're going to make that change happen. Now, there are a lot of issues in this province, but this election comes down to one thing. Are you ready for change? Saskatoon, are you ready for change? You know what? We're hearing that more and more from people right across this province, that the answer is yes. We even heard it from some former Sask Party MLAs this morning, and folks who used to work in that government, all saying it's time for change. And that's right. People are wanting change in this province because they know they deserve better. They're tired of Scott Moe and the Sask Party's cuts. They're tired of their wrong priorities. They are tired of a government that seeks to divide us rather than unite us. We know that's not the way. Scott Moe has dragged us to last place on education, healthcare, the cost of living, last place in the economy. We deserve better. I see so much opportunity in this province. This is a beautiful province filled with hardworking people. But under Scott Moe and the Sask Party, we're seeing too much opportunity left on the table. We're seeing too many Saskatchewan people being left behind. Instead, we see a government that has made your life more expensive. And I hear it every day from families who are working harder and harder, but simply can't get ahead. Saskatoon, we've got a plan to lower your costs and get Saskatchewan out of last place. It's time for change. Unlike the Sask Party, although they promise one thing during an election, we're not going to raise your taxes 31 times. We're going to offer families relief. We know you need some relief and a plan to get it to people right away. Suspending that gas tax saving Saskatoon residents $365 in the first month. We're going to cut the PST that Scott Moe put on kids' clothing and groceries. We're going to hire more doctors, more nurses, more paramedics, and make sure that you can get the care that you need when and where you need it. And critically important right here in Saskatoon is that we're going to make sure that Saskatoon City Hospital has 24/7 emergency services. And instead of working against healthcare workers in this province, burning them out, ignoring them, we're going to work with them to ensure that everyone in this province has the healthcare that they need when and where they need it. This is the birthplace of Medicare. We are going to lead again in this province. There's so much I could say about what is wrong after 17 years of Scott Moe and the Sass Party. But I want to focus on hope. I want to focus on opportunity. I want to focus on the beautiful people of this province, a province so wealthy in resources, so wealthy when it comes to the hardworking people here. Division is never going to get us where we need to go. We're going to get there together. Courage, my friends. Change is coming. Get out and support these wonderful candidates behind us. Thank you all for all of the ways that you've already been working. But know this, we've got more work ahead of us. Contribute in any way you can. Bring in your neighbors. Bring in your family. Talk to people about our plan. Talk to them about hope and the kind of province that we can be again, friends. On October the 28th, together, we're going to make this happen. Thank you very much. Answer questions.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's part of this. Any questions, folks?
This morning, Sass Party leader Scott Moe said his first order of business, if re-elected on October 28th, would be to create a gendered change room policy in schools, just so I get the wording right, so that biological boys would not be in the change room with biological girls. I just would like your response to that.
I think what I want to talk about is what my priorities are. So right now in this province, 1 in 6 people don't have access to a family doctor. We have the highest number of people dying on surgical wait times in this province right now. We have women with lumps in their breasts who are facing the decision, do I pay thousands out of pocket, take time off work to go get life-saving medical care out of the province? Or do I sit and wait on a surgical wait list and take my chances? Something that we heard from a woman in Regina recently, Kayla, who knows that she would have died if she had waited for health care in Saskatchewan. There are so many issues in front of us right now. Top priorities we've been really clear about. Making sure that we offer relief to Saskatchewan people, starting on day one. Taking us from last in the country to leading again, to delivering health care for all people who work here, who live here in this province, and making sure that they don't have to drive out of province or pay out of pocket to get it. Dealing with the very real issues in our kids' classrooms. that kids in schools today, although we all want the best for our kids, are not getting the supports that they need to set them up for success. That we have 15,000 additional students in our classrooms. Sask Party funding has meant that there's been one additional teacher. There have been fewer psychologists, fewer social workers, fewer supports that kids need to get that good start that we all want for our kids. We have double the national rate when it comes to violent crime, double the rate of domestic violence, violence against women in this province. We have actually seen life expectancy in this province drop by 2 years because Scott Moe and the Sask Party have failed to address the underlying conditions, provide supports for mental health and addictions. There are so many issues that are facing Saskatchewan people. The last thing that we need is more division. But let's be really clear what's going on in this province right now. Scott Moe, when he's faced with criticism, let's talk about this. Scott Moe tries to divide. If it's teachers speaking out, he takes out billboards to vilify them. If it's nurses speaking out about safe staffing, he refuses to talk with them. If it's RCMP officers raising concerns, real concerns about a marshals program, our police force, he accuses them of being greedy for union dues. Scott Moe knows that people in this province are looking for change. I've been very clear about what our priorities are. Making sure people get the care that they need, making sure that they get some relief from the cost of living, making sure that we have an effective plan to deal with rising crime rates and the root causes of crime, making sure that our kids get what they need in the education system. Those are my priorities. Scott Moe has just said what his priorities are. This is about someone who, when he's pushed, instead of digging in and being a leader and doing the hard work, sometimes it's very hard, he chooses to prey on misinformation, on fear, on division. That's not our path. Those aren't my priorities.
Do you see the policy as intentionally targeting trans kids?
Let's remember when they brought in Bill 137. We had knocked thousands and thousands of doors. We have since then. The issues that we're hearing, and honestly, it doesn't matter if you're in La Ronge, if you are in La Flèche, if you are in Regina, Saskatoon, Moose Jaw. The issues are pretty much the same right across this province. It's a little different, but cost of living, lack of access to healthcare, lack of supports in schools, rising crime rates. Those are the same issues right across this province. When Scott Moe lost 2 by-elections and lost 20% of his vote share in a rural by-election, he brought in Bill 137, something we didn't hear once on the doorstep. I think people see this for what it is. The fact that these issues, again, misinformation, and I'll acknowledge, there are fears, there are concerns that people have. The way to deal with them is not to inflame them, not to divide, not to pour more information, more fuel on those fires. It's to do the hard work, as I said, to dig in and make sure people understand what's really going on, make sure that we are protecting people's human rights, making sure that we're actually addressing problems. What we're seeing from Scott Moe isn't leadership. It's the ugliest gutter politics. I think people are tired of it. People are tired of all the ways that they're failing, but another thing that is bringing people to want change is people are tired of this ugly, divisive politics. We can have differences. We always have. We have to find a way through them. But to inflame division and to target kids, I think people are tired of that. And I think you all deserve better than that.
When you guys are elected, do you plan on reopening some of these, like the homeless shelters, the group homes that were closed in Scotland?
What we've talked about is taking half of the money, that $20 million that was designated for the Marshal Service, at a time when we had rising crime rates and we had record numbers of people living on the streets. What we proposed, what should have happened then, instead of putting $20 million into a Marshal Service 4 years into the future, yes, hiring more officers within existing forces to ensure that we were able to deal with crime, but also taking half of that and investing it in the supports that people need. Reversing the changes to the SIS program, which will go a long way to making sure that we're undoing the damage that was done by Scott Moe when they made that decision. Another decision where he wouldn't take advice from anyone, and what people feared has happened. We would also make sure that the 3,000 Saskatchewan housing units in this province that are currently sitting empty, sitting vacant at a time when people are freezing on the streets, literally losing limbs by sleeping rough outside in the wintertime, and also that Saskatchewan people have foregone $200 million in rent and utilities. It's both heartless and financially irresponsible to leave 3,000 units out there empty, that we would start to make those units available so that we don't turn them around.
All right, thanks everyone. Now we'll mingle.
Thank you.